Hello and welcome back, my friends. It is I, Silenvo the Silver Dragon. I have returned from my hibernation. Yeah, sorry about being gone for a month. My intro is more than adequate of an explanation. I was exceptionally lazy. Sorry. But I'm back. Sorry about that. At least I wasn't gone a year this time. Sorry about that. So, I got some things to show off, and then we're gonna go and make another episode of, well, workshop. I forgot the name of it. So here we have Diadon. It should be more like Diaton, because I approached a military vessel with this thing, and while it shoots a heckload of bullets and missiles, it dies really easily. One well-placed shot right in the cockpit and it's over. So, it looks cool, not really that tough though. And while this one, Rotan, is a little bit better armored in the cockpit area and doesn't seem to get hit as often, maybe, it does have a really fancy little rotating widget here. I really like Rotan, in my own personal opinion. This particular vessel, it just has sort of like a unique design configuration to it that just makes it look kind of like, I don't know, like an alien vessel of some sort. Yet it has like a spinning thingy on it. I mean, this one over here, I forgot what it was called. Let's power it up. Tigra. Yeah, that one looks pretty neat and alien-ish like as well, but it's hard to say. I really think Rotan here is perhaps my favorite thus far. It has some flaws in its flight mechanics due to the fact that the rotating part there kind of inhibits its movements in some ways. It causes some weird control anomalies. It's hard to really see it, but you would notice after flying it a little while, you'd come to be obvious to you some of the oddities in its flight mechanics. So as a vessel, Rotan to me is one of my favorite designs thus far. It really came out well. Power down. So yeah, Rotan with its rotating piece. Diadon is kind of just something another design I made. And it didn't come out as impressive as I'd hoped it would. Okay, yeah, it's on. I have to turn off its antenna manually. Anyway, Diadon here and Rotan are designs I just sketched on paper. I sketched it kind of like top down, kind of like this, something like this, but I wasn't as detailed on my paper here. Yeah, it's it doesn't look exactly like the particular page. I'd give a visual of the sketch, but don't have easy access to really well functioning scanner as much as I'd like to. So sorry about that. This is if you have been following my workshop series thus far, you should recognize this vehicle. Yeah, it's the hunter drone, but it's a little bit larger. Just a little bit. Right, I have to set it to my faction in order to control it. One moment. It's here. Control. Access panel. Prototype. Yes. Okay. Now. I want to show you its handling controls a little bit. Check that out. Turn on a dime. Some good old controls capabilities there. However, check out how fast it accelerates. Oh man, that's just so pitiful. It's like, I will get you. Oh. Okay, so yeah. A little bit disappointing. But it's armed with truckloads of missiles. So it's got that going for it, at least. It was my first attempt at trying to upscale a small vessel into a larger one. It actually, it was a pretty decent idea, I think, for a particular ship kind of design sketching idea. But I've come to realize that if I'm going to upscale ships in the manner that I did for this, I would probably have to overcompensate on the thrusting capabilities. The gyroscopes seem to be quite sufficient. If it's even moderately fast on its that's an unusual broadcast capacity. If it's even moderately capable of spinning at a decent speed with the I can't think of what it's called at this moment. The gyroscopes, right. Okay. If it's even moderately able to function decently with its gyroscopes, it will be very quick with it. It'll be much faster with its gyroscopes when it's enlarged. On the other hand, the thrusters, you need to overcompensate and say, like, if it's not like accelerating, I don't know, like 4 times faster than it needs to, then or changing direction 4 times faster than it needs to, then it's probably gonna suffer overall at the end of the day. So, yeah, building the ships as a smaller scale version has some issues when upscaling them. So I may or may not use that technique in the future. I'm a little disappointed, honestly, because if it had worked, if I could upscale smaller designs to make them just as functional at their enlarged scale as they are in their smaller scale, I probably could have made some very nice large ships much faster than I normally could, because I just copy the design I already put forth in a smaller ship setup. I mean, check this thing out. Imagine if it was like, I don't know, like that big or something. It wouldn't be exactly that big, but it would be pretty big if I made it the enlarged scale. But anyway, yeah. So that's all for the show off today. Sorry about that. I guess. Save. And now I'll be right back with you with the your regularly scheduled workshop episode. And here we are once again at the workshop. Nothing's much changed, but we shall make another design for our drone collection. Let's see here. I'm going to use some of my sketches and see if I can't put together a nifty looking ship from one. So, I'll get started. Yep. So, the design here I'm going to try and go for requires me to put multiple frontal edges for its front-faced points. At least that's the big idea for this design. It's going to be using some kind of diamond shaping. Some sort of design shape here. Okay. I still haven't gotten used to using those control option things. I just kind of meh about them. I think I want this to be a little bit wider. So we'll bulge it out a little bit further. Like so. Maybe. So something like this. And like I said, like before, when the job is done, I'll upload to the workshop. And the episode will probably come out after the workshop has been updated appropriately. So then I can link to the updated workshop and everybody will be happy. Happy-go-lucky, sing-songy. Up there. Okay. So let's see here. No. Let's go for something a little bit more like this. I want it to be more of a sharper edge. More abrupt change in its design and direction. That's the plan, anyway. Yep. Okay. Now, how's about that spacing? Needs to be further apart. Also, to speed this up, I think I'm going to actually use a, for once, I use one of these, what do they call? What are they called? Synchronization lines? I have no idea actually what they're called. Never mind. But yeah, I'm going to be using this. I'm going to make it 5 wide, I think. There. Alright, so 3 along the middle. 4. Yeah, and then we'll connect it like so. And we'll see how this looks. Try going like this instead. That'll work. Might just look a lot better, maybe? That's the hopeful plans of this particular dragon. So, how's that look? I think it needs to be not as wide. So I need to sort of stagger. It needs to be more more of an elongated design. So I'm going to try and stagger it by adding that kind of a shape in there. Let's see here. Maybe if we do that. Actually, I want to do the elongation again. Okay. Then we're going to do that, and that, and then yeah, let's elongate it once more. Oop. Oop. Okay. Reiterate the design. Then we'll see how that looks. Okay. How does that look? That is not agreeing with me either. The elongation there is making it look kind of odd to me. I'm not sure exactly how I want this to be handled then. Perhaps I can't do that. I don't have the parts that I need for it to look the way I want it to look. Which is annoying. Alternatively, let's try something else. Out of curiosity. How does this look? I'm foregoing the previous design idea there that I had with the leading edge. Instead making it something else. You know, honestly, I really don't like how this one wide gap thing looks like. Let's try making it too wide instead. Okay. Nope. No. Nope. 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 Come on. There's gotta be something we can do here. Something's gotta work. Maybe this. Maybe let's just start going nuts. Shall we? Let's get nuts. You know, like this. Hi. Come on. My angered harumps and grumps. They disagree muchly about this situation. What I was kind of trying to I'm trying to lay out the kind of design here that I was more or less going for. Just kind of forcing it, I guess, and hoping something nice comes out of it at this point, because it just doesn't want to look right to me. I might not be able to do what I want to do with it just because of the limitations of this particular well, the limitations of the game and what parts I have in stock. So, once again, like so. Like so. Kinda. Excuse me. Ugh. And then I was gonna do something like that, coupled with rotted boosters like there. Sort of. This design looks a lot better when it's squished together tightly, width-wise, along this way. If it's squished together, it probably looks a lot better. But that was the kind of the idea I had, and apparently these parts do not agree with me about how it should look. We got into a very significant discussion here, and most of the parts here completely disagreed with me. And they just said, nope, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna work. We're not gonna do what you want to do. Fine. In that case, we're gonna try a different design. This time, I'm going to try something exceptionally simple. Well, that's what happens when you have a creative error or issue. When you draw something and then at the end of the day, the game disagrees with you on how it shall be conducted. Excuse me, Mr. Device here. Can you please share my equality design theory here? Thank you. Equalitarian design theory. Equilateral. So let's just do this a bit. Repeat this style for a bit. Up to here. Okay. Gigantic triangle. Then what we're going to do is trim the edges here. We're going to do something like... Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie, 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 oopsie. Like so. Well, that was going to be exactly what it's going to look like anyway. Just... Yeah, what was I doing there? Okay. So triangular end point, but curves inwards. So something like this, I guess. And that. And that. Hang on. So something like that, maybe. Maybe adjust the trailing edge there. If I do that, maybe? No. Too thin here. Maybe also too thin here. How does it look? Maybe. And if we push this in like that, how does it look? Maybe getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Maybe we do this where I was kind of worried about doing it before. No. Maybe that. Or maybe that. Actually, that might do it. That's looking nice, looking fine. Alright, let's stick on the trailing edge. Leading edge, trailing edge, whatever. Let's try and make a curvature here. That's the plan. Okay. We're going to take this shape, and then we're going to try and make something cool out of it. That's the plan. Emulate something? Why would I want to do that? Nah. We can create something new. And fascinating and fresh and fanciful free. I don't know why I'm sick of doing this impression of nuttiness. But it shall be done. Alright then. Now it's got a nice trailing edge kind of shape. This nice little sharp edge point. Okay. Nope. Like that. And then, like that. And like that. Like this, maybe. Maybe this will do. Let's find out. If I am pleased with this design when it is done. How's that? No. Maybe we should do something more like akin to... No, you are throwing everything off. Sir. You are making everything not good. Okay, that's helping now. No. Get out of here. Okay. Alright, now let's make this come together quickly. Okay. And try that. Okay. Yes, there we go. That works nicely. Now, we copy this and flip it around and attach. Ba-bam! Reiterize design. And that is our wing that we will use. Now, what shall we do with it? Well, I'm going to set it off to the side here. So I got a copy off to the side I messed with. Actually, hang on. I got an idea. Cancel that. Okay. Let's split it in half. Move this section. Copy this one. And move it up there as well. Because having a single wing section might be useful as well. Okay, now let's copy this one in. I'm coming up with something. And I'm using advanced techniques to speed it along. Or more advanced techniques, theoretically. Let's see here. Definitely looks kind of neat, at least. So, what if I did something akin to this? What would it look like? Hang on. Oh, hey, what? You do not belong. So I'm not sure why that was removed. Did I just remove it manually like that? Silly me. Yep. There we go. Bam. Interesting. Curious. Yes, curious. It's me. You have something coming together. It's possible that we might come up with something worth pondering. Oh. There are some flaws with this part. The design. So then if we do this, slide this up here. Okay. And copy. Flip it. There. Like so. Oh, hey, I'm starting to like this. We're getting somewhere. We're definitely getting somewhere. Okay, so we have an ideal shape that we have a shape we're going for. I think it's not going to quite fit in with our initial drone designs, but that's okay. Okay, so yeah, okay. All right. So we have a kind of a design here that I'm kind of liking. But at the same time, I do not see myself stuffing a whole lot of parts into this thing. However, I do see myself widening the gaps to include engines and thrusters and other subsystems all within a layer within each of the wings. So it's kind of like clamp, so it has like basically a layer of armor over every section, the only weak spots being along the trailing edge of each of the wing sections. Whereas the flat sides would be absolutely, well, should be absolutely protected. So, using this, no, there's a copy. We're going to use this as a design idea, and then we're going to take it. Hang on, stop moving. I need to completely stop motion, which is annoying. Okay, and then we're going to take it. I think what we can do... You're not moving. You are moving. Now you're not. Okay. Now, what I'm thinking I'm going to try and do here... Oh, wait. Never mind. I need to stop this first. There we go. Now, what we're going to do here is just clip that piece off. Flip it like that. And remove that. And now we have our edge piece that I wanted to work with. No, copy. So what I'm thinking of doing is something along the lines of, well, something like this, basically. This is what I'm meaning when this is what I was saying when I was talking about it. See, think of it kind of like that, but a little tighter because of it being together as one piece. That's kind of the idea, the concept I want to go for. So I'm going to try again. Put a piece down, and then I'll just start putting together parts, I guess, onto it. Actually, thinking about it, what I could do, I think, is maybe lock the pieces onto... Yeah! Like that. That's actually remarkably easy. Comparatively. Just mark and attach. Mark and attach. Mark and attach. There. That's all, hang on. Huh? Okay, what? Why? Oh, I see why it looks odd. It's because the trailing edges are a little bit off. Huh. Okay. That looked odd. Does that actually... Do I like that look? That's a question. No. I prefer a more uniform appearance. So we're gonna have to fix that, I guess. That's annoying. Okay. In that case, we're gonna delete this one and do it again. Except we're just gonna go ahead and fix the edge on, say, like this one here. So kind of like that. Is that right? Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. And then just fix it up so it has the repeating edge, I think. Yeah, now it looks like it should fit appropriately with the other design. Okay, let's copy that. Move it back out. And I should be able to just attach it now. Well, assuming it... Yeah, like that. Actually, hang on. Let's, copy portion and do... No. How did I get third person there? Like that. And now the trailing edges are all equal. Much better. Yes, that looks much, much better. Alright. We got a design coming. It's definitely coming through. Now, let's see here. How do we want this to be handled? We're going to want to put in... Well, we need the remote block. So, let's see here. Where is that again? There you are. Mr. Remote Block. So, yes, this is still the drone series, by the way. So that is why we have the remote block. Besides, this wouldn't really make that much of a pilotable. Wouldn't look proper as a pilotable ship, I think. Well, maybe it could be pilotable, but it would need to be a bit wider. So how about that? That raises a question. How about that? No. I like that design. Huh. That raises a question. How about this instead? Out of curiosity. It's like a recessed bit there along the trailing edge. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Voices. Oh, alright. Let's see how this... Oh, wait. Just a second. Lag. Okay. What if we did this? So if we did that, I was hoping it would copy it like up the middle here as well, but it didn't. So how does that look? Very interesting. At least I think it looks interesting. I'm just not sure about... No. Well... That's the thing with design concepts. Got to think them through a little bit. Alright. Well, we have the control unit. And we have... Well... we have the remote control and we have the primary selection point, I guess, or something. The remote control and the camera. That's what I was trying to say. So let's see about the guns. Also, get rid of that. That's bugging me. Let's see here. How far out should these extend? That's about 2 blocks worth out of the hole. If I push them back further, how about that? It's about 1 block's worth out of the hole. You know, I think that might actually do right there. That particular positioning might be good, because that leaves it to be sort of like it leaves enough that it's sticking out just a little bit, but at the same time it's not like blatantly sticking out like this would. Because if you're looking at it like this from this angle, the leading trailing ones don't stick out as much, but those ones do, which I don't think the trailing that should stick out. I don't think it should stick out. That just doesn't quite look right, I think. Now, yes, I'm aware that this is only 1 layer thick and that you can't, that the ammo connection points are only on the sides. I'll make this a little bit thicker, I think, around this part anyway. It's not going to be an exact triangle design. Triangle edge design thing going on here. I'm trying to decide how many cannons wide exactly do I want it to have. That is 6 cannons there. It's pretty good. And if we basically repeat the same thing on this axis, that'll give it a total of 12 chain guns. Should I bother with a rocket launcher? Something tells me this wouldn't actually be firing missiles at you all that much. Maybe it'd fire 1 or 2, and that'd be about it. So, or maybe I could... Actually, you know what? I was going to expand this area, right? On the sides. Why not put a little bit of room for like some missile launchers that are recessed like right there? That way you've got like 4 missile launchers and a nice array of auto turrets, or not auto turrets, chain guns here available for use. Yeah, I think that would actually work out pretty good. I'm going to peel away the I'm gonna peel away this layer here and not disconnect the thing, so I can work on the innards. Because I already know about this particular layer more or less. You're connected, right? Yeah, okay. And yeah, actually, I think I'm also going to go ahead and put that green line back in, so I can work on the other side just as easily enough. hopefully just as quickly, basically. There we go. Let's repeat on this part. Uh-oh. Oh gosh. Please stop banging around. Yeah. Did that damage anything? Just to check. No. Okay, it didn't damage anything to do that. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it is actually gonna need some, it's gonna need a wall to attach to. One way or the other. So I have to be a little bit smart about this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove that. We're gonna try and build this partition. Hey, that's actually a pretty good idea, I think. Just do that. And it doesn't actually stick to the other parts because of the trailing edge being not very suitable for it. So that's cool. Okay, now back on task. What we want to do here. Now, looking at it here like this, you can see like into the insides there, and I don't particularly like that. That to me screams like not a good idea. For various reasons, the main one on my mind being, well, if you can see into the insides, what about an explosion? An explosion might pierce into the internals and then fry everything. Yeah, that would suck. So, I'm going to try and negate that kind of possibility by doing something like that, maybe. Looking in. Yeah, that looks a lot better for comparison's sake. Okay. Okay. Sorry if this is a long one, just it's kind of unavoidable at times. Now, let's see here. If we can stick one of these right in there. How does that look? Is it positioned right? Yeah, okay. Actually, what we want to do before we do that is set that. And that'll make this a little bit quicker. Nope. Yes. Okay, there we go. Like so. Like so. Yeah. Yeah, this is looking good. Now, with all these autocannons, this thing's going to have both a sort of a pinpoint aim, an outer range aim, and then a like farthest out range aim that basically helps it to, well, hit the target even if it's not very well, not being very accurate by pilot standards. So that means this thing's going to easily hit the target with all of its autoguns, most likely. And that's the plan here. We want it to hit the enemy, despite them moving quickly. Yeah, that's basically the idea behind the design here. You must hit the enemy to destroy the enemy. Okay. And I need to repeat on this side too, apparently. So I didn't turn on the blue marker. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that on this side too. And I'm going to interrupt here for a little bit in the middle of my video and play a little montage here of me just working on the darn thing, because after a little bit I start to get very quiet and just focused on trying to make this darn thing come together, and that's about like 30 minutes worth of footage or more that I'm like squeezing down to about 6 minutes here, so it'll be a lot easier to compress it into a hour long, short an hour and 30 minutes from 2 hours. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, this particular design, I'll admit, because I had to keep redesigning the internals just because of how small a space I had to work with, and there was also the fact that there was already the armor plating kind of in the way while I was building it constantly, because that was part of the design of how it looked. So, yeah. So, in the meantime, I was gonna talk about a few minor things. I had a random question here. Gosh darn it, I can't read it. Does anyone ever care about the building phase? Yeah. These building phases I have here of my current videos, they're kind of long and tedious, and I was just thinking maybe I could just like shrink them down from like hour-long videos into these like little building montages, and then I can just talk over it on the end and just kind of review the idea. And maybe ask certain questions or offer suggestions, or I don't know, answer questions or something if somebody has a question that I'd like to answer more publicly. I don't know if that ever becomes a thing. Probably not, but I'll try. Yeah. My next question I had for you is, what would people say to more videos? Wait, didn't I just say that? Oh, I already included that in the same thing. Never mind, that was the same. That was both the first and second question. Third question, how about them sketch design ideas, eh? Oh, yeah, I mentioned earlier in the video I'm using some sketches here for my designs, and I thought it might be worth noting because, I mean, it helped me to come up with this kind of design, as well as those other two vessels that you see at the start of the video, Rotan and Diadem, I think what I called it. Those two designs I probably wouldn't have kind of come up with had I not actually sketched it out. So, and this one here too. They're all kind of neat in their own way, I guess. If you want to see more designs like this particular one and those two, I could try utilizing sketching of designs prior and see if that'll speed up my design process a little bit. But then at the same time, maybe it'd be better off just just speeding through the work phase of designing the ships with this kind of a method, and then talking over it in the meanwhile. I could slow it down the amount of speed that the construction process goes, but that's a thing that I'd have to process. Right here you can see I'm like working on the gosh darn it, what is it called? The conveyor system. And I'm trying to work out how I want this to be set up and try and hide it in such a way as to make it so it's harder to damage, and also fit in the missile launcher, and then eventually the armor plating here, and then there's also the thruster at the end. It's like the darn thing takes a while to just work out, and then I work to try and cover up the tubes without actually bulking it too much, because I wanted to keep it from getting too bulky around these parts here, because if it remained too bulky, it would have lost some of the aesthetic appeal. At the end of the construction, I think it came out really well. So yeah, and that seems to be about it for this little thing. It's gonna wrap up in a few more seconds. So I'm passing this video back to older me in the past. And yeah, I hope somebody actually answers my questions, and we'll see from the future what comes of this. So that's it. Yeah, at some point I probably started fast forwarding the construction phase, because this started to get very complex really quickly, because I had to really kind of compact the design down, and I kind of lost focus on talking about it. So I decided it'd be better off just speeding it up. I decided to give it 4 antennas because I figured, well, it has one major weak spot that you can blow up. If you can hit it and nail it dead center right in the front, this 1 block wide gap here, and take out the camera, or the remote control device just behind it, and or the reactor just behind that, you can take out the whole ship pretty easily. But that's kind of hard because the armor plating prevents you from just taking out the stuff behind it. I put some heavier armor on that part. And then I also put some, taking out the control devices requires you to basically bust up all 4 wing surfaces till eventually you can take out the antennas. I considered putting it dead center in the middle, but there's kind of a problem with that, and I really kind of wanted to keep some of the aesthetic here going strong, so I tried to keep it as uniform as possible, as you can see. So at the end of the design phase, I have finally finished my design. I feel it is ready for testing. So let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn on only one of those antennas, because that's gonna be annoying. And then I'm going to rename them all to the same thing, which I'm going to call this what am I going to call it? Well, it is a prototype. Hang on. What did I call these other things? I want to try and... Well, actually, maybe it's not very similar. Maybe I should consider it a different kind of ship. I don't know. It does have sort of like a similar design to it in some regards. Prototype. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and link it up with the rest of the designs here. Let's see here. What are these called? Like, okay, yeah, they have like prototype, something's drone. Okay, so prototype, prototype, and then we're gonna call this the prototype Shrike drone. Shrike drone. Shrike drone. Shrike drone. Expand their broadcast radius as far as it will go. Set to mind control. Yes. Share with all. And a real quick question. These all set like that. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to double check something with that thing there. SDI, prototype Shrike drone. Drone class Shrike. Right. Nav cam. What? They're all off. Oh, I'm guessing. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I wonder why it's showing the SDI notation there. I forgot how that is controlled. Remote control. Control unit. Cargo. Connector. Rocket launchers. Thrusters. Warheads. Oh, hey, I forgot to put in for the warheads I was going to put in. Gosh darn it, where did I put those warheads? In this, I know I put them in there somewhere. Fantastic, I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, they're right next to that one. So, right, just behind that thruster. Yeah, just behind that thruster. In that encasement there. Okay. So that's beyond past the second thruster. So right about there, they're supposed to be. Is where it's supposed to be, more or less. Okay, so straight in there. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Now I just put the warhead in there. It's got to have all 4 warheads after all. Got to be able to self-destruct the whole thing. Of course there'll be pieces remaining. But I want it to be able to be destroyed with one blast. Or mostly destroyed with one blast from the internal warhead, so have to take care of it. Okay. Annoying as it may be. You take forever to build. Yeah, well, I'm a slow builder sometimes. Especially when I get cooped up in all the design factor there. So, there we go. All 4 warheads are now ready to be armed and set up and such. So, self-destruct system. Save. Arch reactor. Power core. Save. Control. Save. Okay. So everything should be ready then, theoretically. I'm going to clean up all the extra copy material. Now, broadcasting. What was the command for that bloody broadcasting? Seriously? I'm always hitting the stinking button. Why can I not find it now? Ah, gosh. Okay, fine. What was... the O button. Okay, there we go. Now, Shrike. Control. Yeah, this guy's got a lot of control. Yeah, wow, it's got some real control there. Let's see here. We want to do the view there. And we want... should we probably want to do that and then add the view group here. Along with the safety on off and then detonate option. Alright, let's take a view. Yeah. Huh. How's that kind of a view, eh? I'm looking at you. Yeah. Okay. All right, now let's see it in act. Let's see it do something. Other than, you know, losing it. Oop. Nope. You're not the one I wanted. Stop it. Want to control the other one. No. Okay, this one then. There we go. Up. Alright, let's try and get up to... Whoa! Get up to speed here. Jeez, this thing's got a... This thing is squirrely. When not, Wow. This thing is really squirrely. I just nudge the mouse a little bit, it just like spins with tremendous ease. That is a little bit too strong. Okay, so I'm gonna have to dig out some of the gyros here. So there's a grand total of 12 gyros in the whole thing so far. And it's got too much gyro control for me, so we're going to tear out about 4 of them, I think. I thought it'd be actually a little bit heavier than it actually is in terms of its gyro control, so this is actually a good thing. Let's see here. You know what? Let's take out the middle one out of all of these. Because that'll get... that will allow us to put a little bit more armor around that explosive warhead to prevent accidental detonation. And it'll also make sure that the gyros are a little bit harder to damage on each side. Because effectively, if you're like shooting up one particular wing, you're only going to hit likely 1 gyro rather than 2 at the same time. Then again, spray and pray maybe will have a different effect. I don't know. Alright, well, now that's done. Let's see about that control again. Not you. I said not you. Get out of here. Copy that so it's safe. Okay. Alright, now take control of that. Yeah, okay, now it looks like it's a little bit less wily. It has a little bit more control. Yeah. Whoa, what? What? Okay, that was odd. I just lost control for no apparent reason. I'm gonna go back to the control station and hook up to that, and hopefully that will be the solving issue. Hopefully that will solve the issue. Because I think it, like, just went out of my personal communications range, is what I'm thinking happened. So now I should be able to control it more safely. Alright. Yeah, okay. Okay, this thing isn't very fast, sadly. Though it is kind of powerful, I'd say, because look at that kind of a spray array of ammo. Maybe. Maybe it isn't all that great. It does look cool, though. Yeah. So, there we go. Up here. It also has some trouble slowing down. So, looking at it. Yeah, wow. It's the biggest one yet! Man, I just keep making these things bigger and bigger, don't I? Don't even intend to, I just do. And then, there you go. Well, I'm just gonna quickly, give it a nice little paint job before we're done. Is it the right color? It doesn't look like it's the right color. Hang on. If I Control P, Control P, or was it the other control? Oh no! It was Control. What was it? Dang it. I forget. I hate this sometimes. I'm like, how did I do this again? No. Gosh darn it. Pick color. Shift P. Okay, Shift P. There we go. You're all colored properly. Yeah, there we go. That nice shade of navy blue. All the way up, down. Just making sure. Okay, yeah, it's coated. Entire thing is fully coated and ready to join the list of other vessels hanging around here forever and ever. So, let's see here. Shrike, control. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Dang it, my broadcasting is off again. Stupid. I almost want to get rid of that hotkey because that's really kind of annoying. Anyway, so yeah, my broadcasting. Wait, I mean, yeah, this design. I mean, I don't know anymore. Yeah, like that. Alright, so just power down, I guess. Yep. So how's about that? Yeah, I think that's a pretty nifty design. If nothing else. And unlike all these other ones that were relying on the small connectors that don't actually connect, they're just ejectors. It actually has a functional connector on the back. It's also the biggest of them all, but what can you do? So this one has 12 in its reverse and it's made of full heavy armor. This one has 6 and it's pretty fast. This one only has 2, but then it's really small. This one has 6. It's also fairly small. So this one is a lot larger than this one, but it has very little heavy armor. Yeah. Now, yes, this one is only going to be able to fire a grand total of however many missiles fit in these darn things on whatever difficulty you have it set to. I'll fill it up off camera. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the Shrike. A nice addition to the whole selection. And it more or less meets what I came up with on my design that I came up with on Sketch. Which was pretty much just a triangle with a bent inwards on the back, on the base. It was bent inwards on the base. I guess it was a non-Euclidean triangle. Is that what I wanted to say? I don't recall off the top of my head. But that's basically it. Guess that's it. Yeah. Sorry if this episode was long or short or however it came out to be when I'm done editing it. If it doesn't meet much good standards or anything, I don't know. I'm just spitballing or something. I don't know. Whatever you would say. But yeah, there we go. We're done with this episode of Silenvo's Workshop, or whatever it's called. So, see you next time, everyone.